Hey guys, are you someone who takes home a high salary or you regularly invest in VPF? If yes, then watch today's video because I'll tell you everything you should know about how the tax rules have changed on EPF. I'm Nishan and welcome to the School of Personal Finance. As you might know, EPF contributions can be broken into three parts. The first is the employer contribution or your company's contribution, which has a maximum limit of 12% of the basic salary. The second is the employee contribution or your contribution, which again normally people invest up to 12% of the basic salary. The third is the VPF contribution or the voluntary provident fund contribution, which does not have any maximum cap. So you can invest any amount of money which you want. Now what used to happen was that people used to take advantage of this. They used to park lots and loads of money into VPF. And why do you think people used to do that? Because of two reasons. EPF was tax free so far and the interest rates were pretty good. On an average, 8% was the minimum return which EPF used to give. And that was way higher than any other retirement scheme in India. Just because you are getting tax free returns and higher returns, people used to invest lots of money. And the government did not like it. Obviously, the government is losing out on money, right? It has to give tax-free money at a higher return to people. So what they did, they taxed it. The new rule says that if you are someone working in a company where company also contributes towards your EPF contribution, then the employee contribution, your contribution should not be more than 2.5 lakhs per year. If it is more than 2.5 lakhs, then whatever interest you earn will be taxable. Confused? Let me try to explain it simply. Forget the employer contribution part. Focus only on your employee contribution and the VPF. If in any financial year the total of your contribution exceeds 2.5 lakhs, then the interest which you will be earning in that particular year, that is taxable. Simple. Okay. Now this is for companies which contribute towards EPF. What about companies which do not contribute in EPF? Well, for them, the 2.5 lakh limit changes to 5 lakh. So two things to remember here. First is that it's all based on the employee contribution, your contribution. Second, the tax will be calculated only on the interest part. It will not be calculated on the total contribution. Remember, the contributions which you do towards your public provident fund, PPF, is not part of this particular tax calculation. And why is that? Because that anyways has a maximum limit of 1.5 lakhs and the interest rate of those are given separately. So they does not fall into this EPF calculations. So this is what the government has changed. So far we have looked into what does the new rule say and why was it implemented. Let us now see who is impacted by these rule changes. There are two types of people who are impacted. First is someone whose basic salary is over 20.83 lakhs per year. They will be impacted because their contribution towards the EPF, the employee contribution, will exceed 2.5 lakhs. So they are one. The second is the people who contribute in VPF and the employee contribution exceeds 2.5 lakhs. So this is for the 2.5 lakh limit. If I was talking about the 5 lakh limit, which I told you earlier, for companies which do not contribute, then the number changes to 41.67 lakhs. So instead of 20.83 lakhs basic, 41.67 lakhs will be the basic to become taxable on the new EPF rules. One point to remember, it does not matter whether you are in old tax regime or new tax regime. You will be taxed if your contributions exceed 2.5 lakhs. Clear? Let's take an example where your basic salary is 10 lakhs per year. In that particular case, assuming 12% is your contribution towards your EPF, your EPF contribution becomes 12% of 10 lakhs, which is 1.2 lakhs. Now let us assume that every month you also invest 10,000 additionally in the VPF part. So in that particular case, for a financial year, your total VPF contribution will be 10,000 into 12, which is 1.2 lakhs again. So the total contribution which you have given in the financial year is 1.2 lakhs of your salary basic part and 1.2 lakhs of your VPF part, which is equal to 2.4 lakhs. This is less than the 2.5 lakh limit. You will not be taxed. However, if instead of 10,000 per month, you had invested 20,000 per month towards VPF, then your VPF contribution for the year will be 2.4 lakhs. And your total contribution will be 1.2 plus 2.4, which is equal to 3.6 lakhs. Now this 3.6 lakhs is higher than the 2.5 lakh limit, and because of that, whatever interest you generate, that will be taxed. How will the interest be taxed? Well, that's not very clear. The government has not given any clear definition on how the interest will be taxed, but my assumption is that the interest will be added to your taxable salary, and based on your tax slab, it will be taxed. However, as and when the government clarifies it, we will update you. The next important question, what should you do? So I think the first and the most important thing is to check what is your contribution. Go to EPFO website, log in using your UAN and go to the passbook. Check what is the employee contribution over a financial year for 12 months. If the sum of that is less than 2.5 lakhs, then you do not have to worry. But if it is more than 2.5 lakhs, that means your interest will be taxable. You have two ways. One is try to reduce your employee contribution part to less than 12% if it is possible. Second, if you are doing additional investment via VPF, stop that or reduce that so that the maximum contribution of your part is 2.5 lakhs only. If both of those are not feasible, then you do not have any other option. You will just have to pay some tax. So if you were someone who were doing VPF contributions or high EPF contributions just because of higher interest rates and they being tax free so far, why not invest in ELSS or NPS? Both will give you similarly higher returns. ELSS in fact will be tax free. On NPS there are some taxes when you have the annuity part, but even then the returns will be better. So those are some alternatives for you. That's all I have in today's video. If you liked it, please remember to subscribe, like and share my channel. Until the next video, this is Nishan signing off. Bye, take care, tada.